Hello, FlossTube. My name is Laura, and this would be my first official FlossTube video. I hope to do them weekly on Wednesdays. I realize that this is Thursday, if I get this up today. If not, it will be Friday. I'd intended to do one on Wednesday, but my phone, my computer, and I were disagreeing. It happens a lot in my life. I have been stitching for 20 some years, 24 years. So I've got a lot of stitching time. I don't have a lot of stitching things done though, because one of the things that I learned about myself stitching is I don't do multiple projects well. So this is also probably going to be a shortish video because I don't really know what I want to talk about. And I've only got a couple whips to show, and I've really only got a couple of finishes to show. Kind of want to slowly go over the finishes that I've got so that I have a little bit of content as I'm building viewers and folks are getting to know me and coming up with questions and whatnot. So I live in Ohio. I've lived in Ohio all of my life. I grew up in a small town west of Cleveland. I still live west of Cleveland in a smallish city in Lorain County. If you know anything about Ohio, you'll know kind of where that's at. I have a few local needlework stores near me until the takeoff of social media and getting involved in cross-stitch groups on social media. I actually didn't know there were any relatively close to me. I'm hoping to have some time to go explore some of them soon. I do have a day job. I work in a daycare. I take care of children 6 weeks to 18 months. That's my classroom. Our daycare goes up to 12 years, 13 years. I also have my own business. I sell bath and body products. I produce them in-home, sell them at farmers markets and online. I use a Facebook page a lot to promote that. I do have an Etsy shop, but I'm still kind of learning the ins and outs of Etsy with that. So, other than work, I cross-stitch. I also paper craft. I am a Paper Pumpkin subscriber from Stamp It Up. I do I guess you would call it wood painting crafts. I will have to find some of them and maybe show you to give you a better idea of what I've got, of what I do. There's a hardware store in the town that I grew up in, a small little local place that my mom and I go to at least once a month, sometimes twice, sometimes more, to do a craft night, and we have a really good time. Actually, there's one tonight. We're making a ladder that holds planters and stuff. Very fun. And I get to spend time, quality time with my mama, which is very cool. I don't have kids. I am married. I don't have kids. My husband and I will never have children. That ship has sailed. That ship is a long story. Maybe someday I will tell FlossTube about it. But it is what it is. I have a cat and a dog. I have fur babies. I have a cat and a dog. My dog is a Schnorky. She's a Yorkie Schnauzer mix. She's probably about 12, 13 years old. She's a little thing. So that's my life. And I cross stitch to have something to do at night while I watch TV. Mostly I watch hockey or baseball. Hockey is life. Baseball is life support when hockey is not in season. That's what I tell everybody. I kind of like shows where I don't have to keep up with the plot. I don't have to watch them in any particular order in order to understand what's going on. And I am a news junkie. I like knowing what's going on in the world, current events. I have been less of a news junkie lately, though, because the political climate is a bit much for my taste. I don't care what side you sit on, it's a lot. That's kind of that. So, what I've been working on, and I've been working on this, I got this pattern at a cross stitch retreat in 2015. Cross Stitch Club retreat. I got this pattern. It is, there it is. Gotta make sure you guys can see it. It is Cinderella by Joan Elliott. I have been working on it since I got it in 2015, off and on. I have taken some time and done some other things here and there with it. Not had so much time to devote to cross stitch through various things. So it has taken me quite a while. But as you can see, I'm in the home stretch. I've got this little bit of her dress to finish down here. This cape part in the bottom of the pumpkin, plus all the back stitching and the beading. I have come to the fascinating conclusion that I need to backstitch and bead while I'm working on it. I've done none of that on this. I kind of came to that decision that that worked better after I started on this. I had a little Mill Hill kit that had some beading in it, and I worked on the backstitch and the beading while I was doing it with that, and it seemed to go much better for me personally. I know some people like to do it last. Some people like to do all of the stitching and all of the back stitching, wash it, iron it, and then bead, because obviously if you're going to iron it, beads and irons don't mix. But it is on a hand-dyed fabric. I don't remember the name of it. I'm pretty sure it's from Silk Weavers, and I'm almost certain it's a 14 count Aida. I really generally only work on 14 count or 16 count. 18 count. I really kind of only work on Aida. I tried linen once. Didn't go so well for me. Got really frustrated really quick. Had to do a lot of frogging. Ended up scrapping the project. And I just decided that I like Aida better. I can see it. I like the look of it. So I'm okay with it. So, like I said, I don't intend to iron this. There are a couple of spots that I may like do a spot clean on just because they're a little grungy from holding it. So that's my plan. I am really hoping to have it done by the end of September when I go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, for my cross stitch club retreat. I go, let's see, since it started in 2015, this will be the third year in the States, in Pennsylvania. So there was 2015 and 2016. 2017 was over in the UK, and as much as I would have liked to have gone, I can't travel overseas because I don't have that kind of income. I wish I did. Plus, I don't fly well. Everybody, every time I show this on all of my groups, they love my little needle minders. Some people call them needle nannies. I've only ever heard them called when I first discovered them, they were called needle minders. So that's what I call them. These are from Gina's Unique Boutique, Gina's Unique Needle Minders on Facebook. I will figure out how to link the group below. She has an Etsy shop. I will try to link that too, because I don't think she'll mind. Hers are some ones, I adore hers because they're sparkly. And obviously she has some Disney themed ones. It goes well working on Cinderella. And it's nice because then I don't stick it in the arm of the chair and stab myself. It's a great story about that. I'll tell you someday. The other thing that I am working on is this little girl with a piece of my hair on it. My hair kind of gets everywhere. Sorry. This little girl is going to look like this when we're done. Get a little closer. There you can see the card. So here's her little card she'll go in. It's kind of cool because it combines card making and cross stitch. Put the two together. That's cool for me. I got this. This was a World of Cross Stitch mini free kit. It is an All Our Yesterdays kit because obviously you guys can't read backwards. Gotta remember that. It's a nice little kit. I have a baggie here. There's a couple other kits in here. This little embroidery kit my nieces got me for my birthday. One of my nieces is my birthday twin. The other one's my twin. They're adorable. And this little guy. I like to carry stuff with me to have stuff to do. If I'm traveling, my nieces, my brother, my sister-in-law, my nieces live in Cincinnati, which is a 3.5 hour drive from where I live. And I am not a driver, so I generally am the passenger. I mean, I drive, but I don't like to. I really don't do highway driving very well. I kind of get a little flustered. So I'm generally the passenger when I go places. So I like to have stuff to do in the car. And I have found that smaller kits are easier for me to work on. I don't have to keep track as much stuff as if I were working on big old Cinderella. Plus, a lot of times when I travel, occasionally when I travel, my dog goes with me. It's a little bit easier to work on something small with her in my lap. So I'm going to finish this into a little card. Add it to my card stash. I really don't have an intended recipient for it just yet. We'll see. Those. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I really only, like I said, have 2 projects going. It's just easier for me to work on that sort of thing. So what do I have as far as finishes to show you? Like I said, I have a handful of finishes, and I probably can dig up a few more. These 2, there's actually 3 of them. There's 2 of the dove, and I love this little Celtic knot. I do have to add my name to the bottom of this. These are for the quilt, the Rainbow Peace and Comfort quilt. I don't remember the name of it, and I didn't write it down. Let me go look it up. While I'm looking it up, let me tell you about these guys. So I stitched these. I saw it in another group. I saw the goings on in another group. And I thought, this is something that's really kind of awesome. I love these charity sort of things that bring us all together. I think they're really great, not just for the cross-stitch community, but for the person or the organization that receives them. These will be going to victims' families of the Pulse nightclub shooting. They will be doing ones for other shootings since then. I know they're doing one for Vegas. I think they're doing one for the Texas church shooting. I'm fairly certain I've heard that they're possibly thinking of doing something for the school shootings that happened this year. But really great. I'm looking for the group. Sorry. Like I said, I'm new. This is one of the things I gotta learn, right? And of course now I can't find it. Rainbows for Peace and Comfort. Great stuff, if you ask me. So those are a couple finishes that I've got. I've got 2 of these. I have some other finishes. There's a box behind me somewhere. If you could see, it's over my shoulder. It's like that Facebook meme about social media, that it only shows you what, the person taking the picture wants you to see. That's kind of what you got right now. Like, everything around me is insanely messy. That's just how my craft room is. So, those are my whips. Those are my finishes. Something else that I like. So, 2 things. I already told you about my little needle minders. So, as far as stitching gadgets go, I use my needle minders. I really probably should have had one of these off of here to hold up. That might have been a better idea. And I have quite a collection. I will share along the way. I use, outside of the standard pattern, scissors, thread, fabric. Like, those are the basics. Obviously, you can cross stitch with just those things, or you can get all kinds of different things. I don't have specialized lighting right now. I do have something coming from Amazon tomorrow that I'm hoping helps. I had a hug light that goes around my shoulders, and it worked reasonably well. It was really actually kind of nice for the car because it wasn't super bright, but it gave me light. You have to. It goes around your neck. So if I move my head or if I bounce around, the lights move. I found something via another FlossTuber, Stitcherista, that is a clip. I'm going to see if I can clip it onto my Q-snap. I love my Q-snap. I have this size, which is an 11 by 17. I do have the 11 bars. Like, I have another set of bars, top bars. I have an 11 by 11. I found this one works a little bit, holding Cinderella a little bit better. It's a little bit easier to work on her with this one. So, the other thing that I like, is thread conditioner. I didn't like thread having too much. It was nice. It was a good thing to have, especially when working with metallics, and that's really what got me on the thread conditioner thing was metallics. Because I like the look of metallics. Because I like glitter. Glitter is life. I'm a daycare teacher and I like glitter. My parents don't like that. But I found it kind of difficult because, it's in that little cube and you gotta dig it out. And that was a challenge. So I didn't really use it unless I absolutely needed to for a specialty thread or whatever. And then when they discontinued it, I thought, well, what am I going to use for my specialty threads and stuff? So I did some research online, and I found beeswax is a really good substitute for thread conditioner. And there's a lot of places that sell beeswax as thread conditioner. And I thought, well, that sounds really good. And I had inherited a bunch of barely used beeswax and paraffin candles from my church. From something that they were going to not use them for anymore, and they didn't want to get rid of them, and I thought, well, I could probably use them for something. So I tried it, like seriously was just holding a candlestick with my thread. I just knocked the camera. That was a good job. With my thread, and it worked really well. So I decided that looked a little bit awkward. And it was kind of like long, it was long, it looked like a candle. So I cut some of it down and I melted it, and I used one of my small soap molds, because I have silicone molds for my soaps that I make. And I made it into a little heart. It's like about an ounce, maybe a little bit more. It is a little, I use it. But it's really nice because I have this side for my collar threads, which you can see I'm doing a lot of, because obviously I'm doing Cinderella, has the blue. I'm doing the blue in the Cinderella, so you can see that this side has been used. And then I have another side that I can use for like whites and euchres and the super light colors, so that they don't pick up the colors off of this side. I got that tip off of another FlossTube video, that was a concern. So those are my two like main stitching gadgets that I use the most. I have, a few other tips and tricks. I've tried other things and they just, I don't know, this works for me. Alright, so that's all I have for today. Like I said, I hope to put these up on Wednesdays on a pretty regular basis. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.